Yo guys, it's Mike from Chess Lifestyle, and today we are training 51 minutes of chess. And today is going to be a very special stream for a number of reasons, and yeah, I mean special, because well, first of all, I am probably the most brain frazzled fried brain. See, this is my point, right? That you can imagine because today, I didn't sleep much because I decided to wake up early to go to a chess meetup and play a number of blitz games before then socializing, which then drained my battery a bit, and then proceeded to play an unhealthy number of bullet games. And then I just had a burger. And as we all know, burger brain is a serious compromise to one's chess skill. So, yeah, today this is going to be rough. But basically, I have a FIDE Blitz coming up. And as you guys know, my tactics absolutely suck. And I thought it might actually be a nice idea to try and build some good habits where possible. And one idea that I came up with was, whatever the number of online games that I play is in a day, so whether I play 5 games or 10 games or whatever, I have to do an equal number of Lichess puzzles. And today, as you can see, I played a whopping 128 games of online chess. So we're going to do 128 puzzles today. And I do have a lesson to teach later, which, of course, I've prepared for already. But, yeah, that means I've basically got, like, an hour, 44 minutes to basically do these puzzles. So without further ado, let's do these. I don't think I'm going to count, because that's just going to be painful. Maybe every now and again, after I feel like I've done like a crazy number, I will go check how many we've done. So I think what I'll do, we'll start with easiest. Maybe do like 10, 20 of these, and then we'll slowly move up and get harder. But yeah, let's give these our best shot. But it's quite remarkable. I managed to reach 2550 today. Actually, I got up to 2550, then went back down, then got back up to 2550, and then went back down, and finally I got back up to 2550 and quit. Yeah, it was just a very special day. But yeah, I think it'll actually be quite a nice thing to try and keep up, where I have the exact same number of games played as puzzles completed every single day that I play on Lichess. I think this will be a really, really good habit to build. Okay, I also have a really funny story about something that happened at the place where I was getting my burger. So if I complete 50 puzzles, someone remind me, and I will reveal the embarrassing story. But okay, what's even more embarrassing is I can't even solve an easy puzzle, so that says it all really. So we're rook down, and somehow we've got something here. Also, the Gukesh Ding game, I did follow some of it. Definitely not as much as yesterday's or the day before. But what I did see was the opening was this Carlsbad structure, but it was played in a way that I don't understand at all. Like, for me, when Bishop f5 was played, I would always play Bishop d3 and play for a minority attack, which is clearly very different to what Gukesh had in mind. So I think to be honest, it's just way above my pay grade to try and understand the game. But Yeah, in a way, I'm kind of glad that Gukesh got a victory here because it kind of felt uh, really unambitious from Ding yesterday to take the draw in like 20 moves. And, with the white pieces. And I understand that he was leading, but it's like, you got to try and make every game count, right? So I think getting immediately punished for this, I think is like a good wake up call for Ding. So I feel like both Ding and Gukesh are now thoroughly woken up, and hopefully that has a positive impact on the rest of the match. Am I blind? Oh, is it this? If this, then we might have this check. Oh, but we're not even picking up the queen at the end. Okay. Let's solve this like I would in prime woodpecker solving Michael days. So let's evaluate the position, then let's find some candidate moves, because clearly nothing is jumping out, right? So, okay. We are rook for a pawn down. We have bishop versus knight. Their king is quite weak. None of their pieces are hanging, though. Now, we should look at all of our forcing moves. We've got queen b7, queen a6, queen b8. Lots of moves that blunder the queen. Knight a8 and knight takes d5. And also bishop c5. Oh, it's just checkmate in one. Can someone tell me, like, because I can't check like what I just said, if anyone was actually paying attention. Did I mention queen a6 in my candidate moves? Or did I not did I not mention this? Because now I think I literally said this. I think I did I include queen a6? Anyway, queen a6 is just checkmate. I didn't see it. Oh, that's painful. How many minutes has the stream been? Oh, also chat is not refreshing for me, so let me go refresh this. Yeah, Mohammed, you're absolutely correct. It's literally just mate in one. And I did say it was a candidate move. Yeah, I didn't see it was checkmate when I listed it as a candidate move. Which basically says where my brain is at right now. But I'm still gonna try and do more. So yeah, apologies for that start. Yeah, welcome Fibonacci, welcome Mohammed. Mohammed, is this your first stream? I don't think I've seen you on the stream before. Oh, I didn't mention it as a candidate move. Yeah, I'm also not surprised then that I didn't, because I literally didn't see it. Yeah. And okay, Luke's joke comment at the start, 128 mate in one puzzles. I mean, that literally was a mate in one, and I missed it. Okay, this one I find much easier. We take, and then get behind the pawn. So basically anything not involving like a king, I can see much easier. I don't know. Okay, let's do a few of these easy ones. Let's gain some confidence and then try and do better. Okay, so what's going on here? We've got knight bishop against two bishops, equal material. Candidate moves, we've got check. We've got check here. Maybe we've got some ballsy capture. Any other captures? Yo, OSB, welcome to the stream. Vipinacci, I know you've joined the stream before. So welcome. But I was asking Mohammed if he's new here. It isn't, but I was the guy with the checkered shirt at Malaysia tournament who plays the Ponziani. Call me Asan. Wait. Let me try and remember. Because at that Malaysia tournament, I met a lot of people. The checkered shirt who plays the Ponziani. I remember this so vividly. How have I forgotten? Okay, this is also a really bad day because, like, as I said, my brain is absolutely fried. So don't expect anything from me. So it will come back to me, Mohammed. I do remember meeting the guy who also played Ponziani, and I do remember we spoke. But yeah, Swiss Gambit, right? I do. I also remember talking about Swiss Gambit to someone as well. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I mean, okay. Once I solve 50 puzzles, you'll find out the embarrassing thing that happened today, and you know, it'll feel even better. Guys, Michael treated me a Tay Tarek. Wait, but the guy I treated Tay Tarek. I swear. Am I pronouncing Arsan wrong? Why does this not ring a bell? Wait, if wait, have I got the right person? Oh, okay. I actually, it's too embarrassing to have such bad memory. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, but it will come back. Give me more clues and it will come back. But yeah, let's try and solve this. Um, yeah. Oh man, God. I can't believe we're doing like the easy puzzles as well, and we're struggling so much. It's actually really tragic. And now I can't stop thinking, Mohammed. God. Wait. Ah, right. You're. God, what's the place called? See, my brain is cooked. It's not Bhutan. It's not Bhutan. See, this is only getting worse. This is only getting worse. Um, it begins with a B. What Southeast Asian country? Oh, but I know who you are. I know who you are now. So it's all good. It's all good. I know exactly who you are. I was confusing you with a younger guy who actually wore the same brand of t-shirt. Another brand. Yeah, Brunei. Okay. I know exactly who you are. Sorry. I never called you Asan though, right? In person. That's why I was getting confused because there was someone else who I also went to Mamak with, the same Mamak place, and I thought it might be that guy. But yeah, no. Of course, I know who you are. I know who you are. I was just getting confused with the name. So, apologies, Asan. I will definitely associate your name with the face and the person now. Like, we're good. Oh man, what a time to be alive. Okay, let's put on some aircon. Jesus Christ. Can I recall my chess ability better than my uh person to person recognition? Let's find out. The annoying thing is the other guy who was at the Mamak, I can't remember his name either. And now that's bugging me as well, but okay, it's all good. I mean, I'm gonna be back in Malaysia in March, and then you guys can remind me once I'm once I'm there. Oh god. Okay, so we had a bunch of captures. I guess let's go one by one. So any of the checks, like knight f3 or queen f2, make really no sense. I mean, none of white's pieces are hanging. The only one that seems like it could make some sense is this knight takes d3. I mean, like, if I had to guess, I would say that it doesn't work. Because knight takes d3, queen takes d3. Ah. Then there's rook takes e1 check, rook e1, and queen takes b2. And you win a piece. So knight takes d3. If they take the queen, we take the rook, the queen takes, knight takes, rook takes, and we take the bishop at the end. So we'll have rook and piece against rook. So knight d3 is just correct. Okay, nice. And for me, actually, with a puzzle like that, it's quite difficult for me to keep track of the material when all of this is happening. So what I like to do is I just keep track of the position, and then I just have the final position in my head. And I can see that I've got rook and bishop here against rook, so I can quickly do a material count that way, as opposed to following all of the material within the combination. Solve hardest puzzles. We want interesting ideas, GOAT level. Soon. Let's see if we can build some confidence first, because otherwise it's literally going to be half an hour of looking and staring at a screen and me not being able to do anything. So let's build this up. And we got to get to puzzle 50 for the embarrassing story, so this is important. Okay, I'm really getting checkmate vibes over here. For the record, I have no idea why the black player played this as opposed to just promoting to a queen. I mean, it doesn't feel like this helps defend mate in some way. Oh, there's checkmate in one. I was looking at all kinds of g5 at first, but yeah, this is just mate. Okay, good to see. Okay, let's just do 10 easy puzzles and then we'll move on. I promise. I mean, you got to remember, guys, it took me like so long to see a checkmate in one at the start, so I really need this. Maybe check here and then check here and try and pick up the rook. It does seem a little bit risky though. There's definitely like some counterplay going on over here. But this is very forcing, right? Let's just quickly calculate it. Queen a3 is literally forced. Queen f4 check. And white has two candidates, either g3 or queen g3. If g3 and we take the rook, they have a single check. But we could probably move king f8 and we should be fine there. So check, check, take. Should be fine. Yeah, that should be winning. That should be winning. Okay, have some confidence, man. Jeez. Okay. Next one. Also, that's a really interesting thing that happened just now with like me trying to recall who Arslan was, because it kind of shows that when you're flustered about something, your brain can really just shut down. Like now I know who it is. All of the clues are like really obvious. Like I can pinpoint all of it. But it's the same with chess. Like if you're like in a time scramble and you're starting to get flustered, like I feel like different people have different levels of composure and ability to keep thinking in a flustered situation. And I think for me, in general, I feel like when I need to like lock in, I feel like I'm pretty good at not getting flustered. But once I get to that flustered point, it's like over. It's like over for me. Okay, Fibonacci, you're too fast. I saw the hint. But yeah, no, you should try and solve these as well. If I'm too slow, then that's my own fault. So, okay, I have a clue of queen trap, and now I see this idea of queen f5 because it's very forcing. It forces black to react to the check. And then bishop g5 looks like it traps the queen. There is d3 check, but I've got king h1, and that should be good enough. Okay, let's play this. Yeah. Okay, so I'm really glad I saw up to this check, but I missed this move. I mean, taking the queen, surely. If they take, we make sure we take back with the pawn. We don't leave the first rank because of this dangerous pawn. And that should be winning. Yeah. Okay, nice. Queen f5, bishop g5. Yeah, good stuff. Okay, next one. Ah, this is a fork because the bishop is pinned. Is there anything else that we need to calculate after? Oh, there is that annoying bishop check. So if we give a check and they don't come here because then they'll get checked again. Let's say they go king h1 and we take here. They go bishop d3. If king here, there's knight here. And there's rook g1. How does this work, actually? After king h1, if I take and they go bishop d3, do I have any other moves? Am I making sense here? I think I know why chat wasn't updating, actually. Let me see if this is... Okay, yeah. Check king here. Takes. Bishop check. If king here, knight check. I guess if king here and they go rook g1 check, I can probably move my king. And if they take my queen, I can just take back and I have knight and rook against bishop and knight. Yeah, and then we're good. Then we're good. Okay, nice. Let's just double check that that's the line. So knight d5 check, king g5, rook g1. Okay, either king move is fine. Perfect. Yep, and even knight takes. Yeah, that was my feeling. Bring the knight back into the game. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, sorry guys if this is like a extremely boring stream, but I need to do this for myself. I mean, I can't be playing a FIDE blitz and not being able to spot a checkmate in one for like 5 minutes. It's like, it's actually too sad. Now this looks really good. I mean, we should be a piece up there, so. Okay, let's get to 10 and then we'll move up the difficulty. Okay, this looks like it could be a mating net. Or at least winning the bishop. And I think winning the bishop is legit, so let's play it. Nice. Oh, we don't win the bishop. Oh, but we do win a bishop. Okay, that's really lucky. So actually, yeah, I should calculate this longer. Okay, I'll try and do that for the next one. So for me here, I don't instantly see a checkmate, but now I do. Okay, bishop check and check. Checkmate. Okay. Nice. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, fine. Let's move on to easier, which is still way too hard. Now, okay, we've got some candidates here. This check and this promote and then check, or check first and then promote. But the thing is, black's got this passer as well. We've also got this move and try and promote. And this comes with check as well, so that's even stronger. That has to be it. Yeah. Because these kind of moves, they're not really good enough because this black pawn is just too far advanced. So this has to be the answer. Nice. Okay. Welcome, Faz. Okay, we're basically doing puzzles, and we are doing the exact same number of puzzles as I have played online chess. And as you can see, I've been an absolutely terrible human being today and played 128 games of online chess. And I'm going to try and keep this up where, you know, even if I have a really degenerate day of playing like a bunch of online chess, at least I have the productivity of solving that many puzzles. So this is the aim, to try and build some positive habit out of this. And also, you know, like try and, counter the self-loathing of playing like 127 bullet games. I think, you know, if I can feel like I've got something positive out of the experience, then that's nice as well. So that's what we're trying to do. Rook, rook, knight, bishop. So we are 2 pieces down. The bishop is hanging. Our queen is hanging, though. Okay, candidate moves. Got bishop takes, knight takes, knight takes, queen takes, rook takes. Loads of captures. Any more checks that I might be missing? So, okay, I need to deal with the queen in some way. And given how much stuff is hanging, I'd be really surprised if we can get away with, like, one of the captures that doesn't move the queen. But, I mean, it's possible. Like, maybe, like, knight takes e3. Maybe they don't have time to win our queen. Like, maybe we have, like, a super-duper discovery that wins the game, right? So, can't be discounted. But let's look at our checks first. So, queen takes e1, queen e1. Don't really see a follow-up there. Rook takes e3, pawn takes e3, queen takes g2 check, king d3. Then we've got knight f2 at the end of that line, right? Which looks very nice. Because then we fork the king and queen, and then I think we've gained at least some material back. Yeah, we'll have a queen for 3 pieces. But I think his bishop on c6 is still hanging, so I think we'll even be a piece up. Like a queen and a piece for 3 pieces. That's my feeling. So rook takes... Oh god. I'm glad my mouse is starting to malfunction now, as opposed to during the bullet games. Yeah, knight f2 I think is the point. Having said that, my bishop is hanging as well. Probably they should run away this way. I can take, and when they take back... but to be fair, their knight is also hanging, right? So if I take their bishop and they take my bishop, I can take their knight. So I think I still, by the end of it, I want to say I've won a piece out of all of this. Let's try and count one more time. Hold on a sec. So we are 2 pieces down for a pawn right now. If we go rook takes, pawn takes. Wait. We're 2 pieces down for a pawn. We're then just a piece for a pawn down. Then they have a rook and a piece for a pawn. Then we take a pawn, so it's just a rook and a piece down. The king moves. We give a check. The king moves. We take the queen. So now we've got a queen for rook and piece. They win our piece. We win their piece. So I think at the end, actually, we just have a queen for rook and piece. Maybe. Okay, Arslan is saying rucksack. Faz says he sees it. Fibonacci says knight takes e3. Did I miss a check at the end? That was serious. After rook takes here. No, I don't see a discovery that is winning enough. Fibonacci says they missed the check. I think we're gonna go with this. And be content with this situation. Yeah. Like, we're not, like, massively winning, but we are winning enough. So I was looking at this. Yeah, and I see that we win the piece at the very end. That's really important. And was I right in my evaluation? Yes, queen for rook and knight. Perfect. Okay, solid. Faz also said, glad to hear that. I actually think Lichess Puzzles goes a long way to helping classical tactics and to some extent blitz tactics. Cool. It's 12 now, we are waiting for the hardest level. Patience, my friend. We will get there. We will slowly but surely move up the levels. But I also told myself I want to do 128 today. I'm regretting every bullet game even harder right now. Okay, let's solve this. I wonder how this position is working. If we come here and they go behind and we take this. Because actually there, we are threatening to give check and promote. Or if they move the king, we threaten to promote. We've discovered check, so I think that's just it. Nice. Okay, glad to get some pass pawn tactics. I mean, that was a phase in my life where I couldn't solve a single one of these, so that's nice. First instinct is seeing that there's this knight fork. Oh my god. Okay, I know what's the problem. The thing is, I've got like chat up and my mouse cable is like. Also, are wireless mouses faster than cabled mice, or is it the same? Someone with tech skills, give me some input here. I always felt like more secure with like a mouse with a cable. I don't like wireless things. Yeah, D7, you got it. Fibonacci. Wait, did you? I mean, I think you had to take the rook first. But then it was D7, right? So. But yeah, does this just win on the spot? I mean, what's the material like? They can take a piece. We could definitely trade and just win this piece. I mean, it's probably fine. Hold on a sec. We're not winning the rook behind it. Oh my god. Actually so cooked. Unbelievably cooked. Okay, let's solve this properly. Like, I'm jumping the gun. So, equal material. What candidate moves do we have? We don't have any checks. We've got knight takes c6. We've got bishop takes a3 as well. We've got bishop takes d7. Do we have any threats as well? Maybe like rook d3, trying to get on, like do a rook lift. Okay, I shouldn't look at chat. It's just an impulse, like when I see like something move, like I want to refer to it, but I forget I'm solving puzzles and I don't want to see the answer. Yeah, I don't really see any other threats, so let's go through one by one. So we already saw that knight takes c6 doesn't really work because I think they can just win a piece. No, not like that. They take this way, but otherwise then I am like threatening this rook. And then I'm just down a piece. If bishop takes d7, rook takes d7. Ah, and this is the classic. I have noticed this, that when you give a fork on a rook like this to another piece, the knight is actually an absolute beast at controlling all of the potential squares this rook could move to defend the bishop. So that looks very promising. Because we have a discovered attack on the rook. Even if they take our rook, we still have this monster fork. They could play a move like bishop f6, but the thing is we can just capture with tempo and then take the rook. So I assume it must be this. Okay, nice. In the end, we win the e7 bishop. Nice, Arsene. This one is forcing because f5 is hanging. Limits the options. Oh my, I didn't even see that our poor bishop was hanging. Oh, that would probably have been good to notice. Okay, assess the position better. Okay, so this position is black's turn to move. We are going up the board. White is coming down. My instinct in this position would just be to play king b4, like go with the king to help the pawn. But maybe it's actually a position where we can trade into the pawn end game. Maybe this is winning. Like if we give a check, take, and go king b4. If they push, we push, queen, queen. And are we able to just win? I don't think we are. Also, this is not a case of shallow calculation. Like if I'm shallowly calculating, I really should have my candidates. I should delve into each one carefully, not just look into the first forcing line I see. So, okay. We have this equal endgame. Our rook is cutting off their king. Our pawn is currently pinned. King b4 is a candidate. Rook e8 check is a candidate. Can't really see anything else that might be good. So let's look at this rook e8 again. Otherwise, I just want to play king b4. Maybe. Oh, wait. We can lose white to tempo, right? By giving a check first, and then pushing the pawn immediately. Because here, white would need to play king d4, because otherwise, if f4, c3, f5, c2, f6, queens, f7, it's not enough to win because we can simply just put the queen in front of the pawn. But the thing is, if we give this pawn move here and they bring the king up, well, then white has wasted one tempo, and now we can play king b4. And I think now we're one tempo faster, like f4, c3, f5, c2, f6, queens, and f7, and we are well in time to put the queen on the queening square. So it doesn't matter that this is a bishop's pawn; it's not a draw. I actually had this position in a cafe, the chess cafe in where I'm living. I had a game where I was actually the side with the drawing pawn, but my opponent completely forgot that she could just control the queen square, and then I'm completely lost. And instead, she allowed me to get into the draw. So, yeah, worth keeping that in mind as well. Don't just assume that because it's the correct pawn for a draw, that it will be a draw. No, I mean, if you can control this queen square, yeah. One thing I just realized though, maybe you're too slow by 2 tempi, right? Because in this position, the black king is on the square that's giving check, but yeah, it's just 1 tempo too slow to get that in. And I was saying this is the simplest way to win. Always just put the queen on the queening square, and then you can pre-move your way to go win this pawn, and then give this checkmate. Okay, let's keep going. So that's 5. Let's try and do 10 of these before we move to the high level. My instinct would be to just give check and then bring my pieces in like this. I mean, it looks really strong. Like, we're not getting checked. I'm just gonna go for it. Yeah, I mean, like, I mean, this is like one of the few positions where I actually have some experience of, where like I've got this structure, I've got this structure. Like, I can instantly see that my king is safe and I've got a winning attack. So, yeah, this is the other thing as well. Like, as much as I am absolute garbage at tactics, I would say that my ability to find good moves in the openings I play is much stronger. I mean, I wouldn't be 25-50 bullet today if not for that, right? So, yeah, it shows that how much you can actually... if you can excel at certain positions, then and you just play those positions, then you can do really well. My instinct is to play queen c7, because the trade isn't possible, because then I queen. Also, this really helps support push this pawn. Really looks like the right move. I mean, if let's say queen here, threatening some nasty business, and we just try and push, are we getting checkmated? King here, and that's mate. So we are getting mated. And this is also mate. I guess one other interesting idea is this one, to try and win the knight like this. The thing is, on this move, f6 can be played. But then, on f6, we can go back and give a check, and then we can force the trade and then get this winning endgame. So I think that's it. And then I just take the knight. Okay, nice one. Queen c3 and then queen c7. Nice, exactly. You got it fast. Once we reach 50, I'll share something embarrassing in my last game in my most recent tournament. I would love to hear it, Asan. And appreciate that you're keeping count of the embarrassing story as well. Okay, nice. I think just on a side note, one of the most frustrating things about chess is that it's really difficult to tell what work leads to what level of progress. I mean, for instance, let's say all of the hard work I did solving like woodpecker method puzzles, like summer of last year. I mean, summer of this year, I guess. So like several months ago. Like I wish there was like some tangible way of just clicking a button and knowing how it affected your chess. Like how did it affect your tactical ability long term? How did it affect your tactical ability short term? But you know, there's not really like these answers. You just have to kind of trust the process, which I think is quite difficult to do. But okay, let's keep going. So, okay, what's even going on in this position? I have no bearings on this at all. 3, 4, 5, 3, 6. Okay, so we're a pawn down. Position looks incredibly messy. My instinct here would just be to try and consolidate with knight g4. But okay, let's actually try and be a bit more ambitious. So what checks, what captures, what threats? So in this position, we can take on g7, we can take on d4, we can take on d5. I don't see any checks. Do we have any threats? I mean, knight g4 is just like a useful consolidating move, so maybe that's like a backup if needed. Rook c1 is a threat. Both rooks to c1 are potentially a threat. Oh, bishop f4 is a threat on the queen, and that reveals a big attack on g7. So if bishop f4... Yeah, if queen takes, then queen takes g7, and if bishop f4... What else can they do? I don't see a move. So then that must be it. So that's why it's really important to see all your candidates. Otherwise, you can miss stuff like this. Okay, congrats Fibonacci for finding this one. The thing about the woodpecker method is that it only familiarizes yourself with certain tactics positions, which doesn't equip you with tactical knowledge in unknown territory, if that makes sense. That's true, but I think, I mean, the puzzles, there are so many puzzles that basically doing them, I think, is like a good range of exercises. And I think the repeating aspect is to really see if you've really learned from your mistake. Are you going to just go and relapse into the same bad habit of making the same wrong move? Or are you actually going to appreciate the difference? And I think doing that appreciation of the difference is a really useful process. I'll hate myself for not seeing this so quickly. Honestly, I was proud of myself for seeing this as quickly as I did. I mean, I thought the fact that I even got bishop f4, I'm happy. So, I don't know. I think we have different standards. Welcome, Hakeem, to the stream. Did Arjun get in touch with you? Because I probably should have asked you first, Hakeem, but I since you were asking me about classical games and Arjun was, I just passed on your number to him. But yeah, hopefully he got in touch, and I hope you guys can schedule a game. I mean, I think you guys are actually similarly leveled, also in a similar boat, and yeah, with similar ambitions. So it makes perfect. Yeah, it's a perfect matchup in my eyes. Actually, Faz, I think like yeah, if you want to understand my standards. If you scroll back to the start of the stream, like after the stream ends, I literally tanked like several minutes on a checkmate in 1, and I literally couldn't see the mate. Like that's how bad we started things. So, you know, the bar is low. Let's put it that way. Okay, so knight takes f2. If rook takes f2, we just take the rook, and are we not like content that we've won a rook and pawn for a knight? I mean, knight f2 forks the king and queen as well. But how does that go, actually? Because knight f2, rook f2, king g7, queen g1. That looks a bit scary. But I guess we can always play rook g4. and it's probably going to be fine. Do we have any other candidate moves before locking in this answer? Just checking any like changes of move orders. No, I think that's the best we can really hope for in this position. So the rook comes back. Interesting. I mean, here, this would be my instinct. Surely. Yeah. Wow, I didn't realize that it was this bad, though. What was I thinking? Oh, I literally said that I should take here, and then when I actually played the move, I thought that it was fine to take the rook. God, that is... I don't even know what to make of that. that means my subconscious is stronger than my conscious, because I literally just felt like recapturing was the correct way to continue that. Ah, it's so bad. Oh my god, there's queen g4, and I'm actually losing this. And this is a prime example of pawn endgames are damn hard, because black is literally a pawn up here. But white is winning because white has the outside pass pawns. Okay, I need to save this puzzle for... Wait, seriously? I was recently talking to someone about this stuff, so I want to send it to them. Okay, so okay, let me just get this up. Yeah, I want to show this position. Yeah, wow, takes and rook here, and this is a winning pawn endgame for white. Incredible. Okay, yeah, that was bad. Yeah, it makes so much more sense, though, to take this rook. I mean, we basically keep up pressure on the king. I like the woodpecker method as a concept, although I personally wouldn't prefer to prioritize it over solving Leach's puzzles. Fair enough, fair enough. Yes, I texted Arjun, we'll schedule a match. Thanks again. Okay, amazing. Change of plans. Asan, I'm going to Penang in December for Penang Open. Whoa, good stuff, good stuff. I actually forgot, Hakeem, that it was the Penang Open. I didn't realize you were going to Penang. That's cool. Maybe you never mentioned it was Penang. I don't know, but that's very cool. What section are you playing in, actually? I hope you're playing in the Open, Hakeem, because I mean, with FIDE ratings, I think unless you play like a under 2000 and you win all your games, it's very, very difficult to get a good starting rating from playing like under certain level rating. It's better to, let's say, play in the Open and score 50% than it would be to play in an under 2000 and score like, I don't know, 3.5 out of 5 or something, like, if you know what I mean. Okay, so let's try and solve this. So what's going on? Equal material. Our king definitely feels weak, so does Vaz. What can we do? Honestly, guys, I'm so interested to see how I get on in this FIDE Blitz, because my form has fluctuated so much over this past week. I don't know, like, if I'm, like if I was pregnant, then it would explain a lot, you know? But I'm not pregnant, so I don't know what the hell is going on. But, like, my like, emotional turbulence as well as, like, chess turbulence is just completely a mess, quite frankly. And I have no idea what Michael is going to show up on Friday. Like, I could score 2 out of 9 or score 8 out of 9. There's no in between. It's like, I have no idea what's going to happen, but... Okay, all we can do is just keep playing, keep grinding, and just pray. Pray the chess gods have my back on this Friday. God. Okay, candidate moves. God damn it. So we've got a check here, we've got a check here. We've got captures. We've got captures. Maybe bishop h5 is a threat. We've also got captures on b5 if that does anything. Like, bishop takes b5 could be cool with, like, some ideas of this. So, okay, let's start with that. Bishop takes b5, we're threatening mate. Are we getting mated? Rook takes h2, king h2, queen check, queen h3. Not getting mated, though. Doesn't look great either. Do any of our checks work? Because that would be lovely. I mean, if we could just, like, sack the queen and then somehow be winning. I don't see why we would be there. I'm just laughing because I'm trying to imagine what my bullet rating would be if I could actually, like, if I had a tactics ability proportional to my bullet rating, how much increased rating would I get overall? I mean, like, I'm so cooked. Could be. I still couldn't evaluate this whole line properly with queen h4. I mean, in fairness, black has sacrificed the rook there, and if we're defending that, then maybe we're just fine. Like, they can take, give a check. I don't know. It's just a game where probably we're slightly better. So apart from rook takes h2, do they have anything else, or is this just like... Is this threat just like too strong? Because also this rook can't move. Yeah, and the problem is, like, if they play here even, we can still give check and then the king blocks. So bishop b5 looks good. So do they have any other forcing moves? I mean, rook here, queen here we can take with the rook. Rook h2 really seems the only way. I mean, I don't really see how this wins. Just queen h3. I think we can just play it. I mean, okay, no, we should consider all of our candidates. Like, what are we literally doing? If bishop h5, is this also appearing like it wins? I mean, that actually also comes with a threat of queen takes, rook takes, and then checkmate. So that also looks very promising. I mean, maybe that's even stronger. Here they don't even have like a good check, so that's also promising. Bishop here doesn't do anything, it just encourages us to take. Yeah, maybe this is just even stronger. What if they sack the rook? Well, I guess then we're in exchange up. And I'm trying to think if we've got a threat there, like maybe like queen h8 check could be possible. So what's better actually? Is this line better where they can sack the exchange? Or is it better to take on b5 where they have to sack a whole rook? I mean, I guess this looks better. Somehow it just feels a little bit, like, riskier to play this move. Like, I could be missing something. But I also don't see what I'm missing. I mean, it looks... Hold on a sec. What was the problem with pawn takes? Because now I'm no longer threatening mate. Like, genuinely, what was the problem with this? Please say I didn't just make that mistake. I think they just take with the pawn and then I've got nothing. Like, I don't know what I was looking at. Well, okay, in that case, then bishop h5 is probably it. Wow, I really missed this, huh? Okay, so just bishop h5 then. Probably is good enough. Okay, so we're already in exchange up. Now we're asking for more, and now we can even take and remove this queen. Yeah. Oh, wait, are we getting mated? Let's just double check. If they push here... Oh, we can always block, so we should be good. Yeah, okay. Was queen g4 like the only move here? Wow, it's that lost? I mean, I know we're in exchange up, and I know we've got some threats, but it's really that bad, huh? Oh, because he actually wins the queen. I didn't see that aspect. I was looking at this, like, these checks here that don't really do anything. Right, so black's actually completely screwed. That's really interesting. Yeah, exactly. First says bishop takes b5, we just take it. Why do you have to sack the rook? I didn't even consider bishop b5. Yeah, yeah, it's a terrible move. It's a terrible move. I'm really interested to know how you passed 2000 to 2100 area. I'm struggling here. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I think having like really good openings that suit your style, fighting for every half point, not resigning ever. Man, I don't know. I don't know, Fibonacci. I like, given like your tactical abilities on par with mine, probably. Like, I don't know what the difference is. I mean, yeah, could be a number of reasons, but it really depends on like what your own strengths and weaknesses are. Take on f7? What is this take on f7? Oh, at this moment, maybe. Or maybe this was a different puzzle, I have no idea. Maybe that was the last puzzle. You might also stream the tournament. To be fair, Hakeem, I actually think it could be a good strategy because you're used to having the stream on you and it might put off the opponent. Like, to be honest, like, it's never crossed my mind until this very second, but maybe I should start streaming my tournaments too as an extra psychological factor to, like, you know, weaken my opponent's play. That's actually, like, can an opponent request that their game isn't streamed, actually? Because, I mean, like, to be honest, it would distract me. Like, I don't know, it could have two effects. It would either make me stress out by the fact that it's going to be on the internet forever, or it would make me play better because I know it's going to be on the internet forever, right? So I don't know. It could have like double-edged effect. I'd need to think carefully about it. But to be honest, I think Hakeem, if you're like a smaller time streamer, which I guess, to be honest, I am as well, it might be better to do it because I think then you're just going to be more annoyed by it as opposed to like having fears that people or like, you know, get a kick out of being on some famous channel or something. You know what I mean? Like, I think if someone was like filming my game, it might put me off a little bit. But let's say if like I was playing Anna Kramling and the game was like being streamed and commentated on by like Grandmaster Hammer, then okay, I'm gonna play like the best game of my life, right? So yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, definitely worth considering, I think. Okay, so I've been trying to make like this bishop c4 idea work with either bishop c4 immediately or rook takes d1 first. The problem with bishop c4 immediately is that rook takes d1, but then there's queen takes d1. And that's probably the missing ingredient that I've been searching for. So bishop c4 just looks really good. Because if bishop takes... if bishop c4, bishop d5, then I can go bishop takes d5. And if rook takes d5, I can go rook c8, queen c8, rook takes d5, and I'm up a rook. Yeah, let's just play it. I'm really sure that this is correct. And then this, yeah, nice. Okay, so actually, how many is that? I think we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, we can move up to normal puzzles. Okay, we've managed to redeem ourselves. What, we're on 21 puzzles now? Okay, we need to get to 50 for the embarrassing story, and that means I'm going to be staying up late to grind another bunch of puzzles on my own. So I don't think I'm going to finish this in time before my chess lesson today. But okay, at least I'm going to be really sharp for my chess lesson, which is good. Rook takes f3 is like instinct here, because I mean if pawn takes, then I give checkmate on h3. If they take with the queen, then I don't really know. Why does this position ring a bell? For some reason, this position rings a bell where I'm revealing the bishop or something, but it's... Nah, it just looks familiar, but it's not actually a puzzle I know. Oh, I could also take on h3. Maybe that's it, and try and take like this. Although I need to be very careful that I'm not blundering like my rook here. How does that actually go? Bishop takes h3. And what's the material like there? We're back to equal in material. But obviously we have like huge attacking potential here. Like bishop takes h3, maybe there's like knight g3 in between move. It looks complicated. I mean, let's keep looking for candidates first before we lock in. So, oh, we've also got rook takes g2. That looks very promising as well. Because king g2, queen h3 mate. If rook g2, rook takes g2. I guess we go queen h3, king g1 forced. And maybe then we can go rook takes f3, hitting the queen. We're still covering g8 with our bishop. Where does the queen go? Let's say queen g5 or something. I have no idea. Okay, I don't see the win immediately there either. So what other moves do we have? We've also got like rook takes f3. But then queen takes f3. And we got nothing. So rook f3 really doesn't work because queen f3 and there's literally nothing. So it has to be either rook g2 or bishop h3. Rook g2 is definitely more forcing. So let's look at that again first. Rook g2 forces rook takes g2. And then what options do we have? We've also got bishop takes h3. But then you've got to reckon with moves like... I don't even know. Like knight g3 or something. Yeah, knight g3 is super annoying. So rook g2, queen h3, king g1. God. I actually can't evaluate if it's enough compensation of the knight and 2 pawns for the rook. Yeah, I got nothing, guys. I got absolutely nothing. bishop h3 immediately on pawn h3, then you've got rook takes f3. But then there's still this rook g8 problem. I guess you can go rook f3. Bishop takes h3, pawn takes h3, rook takes g1. But then you've even got knight takes g1. No, it has to be this rook g2. Rook g2, queen e3, king g1. Rook takes f3. Queen moves somewhere. I'm not missing any checks in the starting position. I'm not missing any captures. Not missing any fancy threats, I don't think. Like, I'd love to get this bishop into the game somehow, the bishop on d6, but can't see a good way to do it. Oh! That makes sense. If rook takes f3 and queen f3 is like the only move, then what about bishop c5? Bishop c5 is indeed a threat. If queen takes c5, then rook takes f3, and now they can't take back with the pawn due to checkmate on h3. So bishop c5. Bishop c5, what do they even do? If they just go back to like... Let's say they try and keep defending the knight, so let's say bishop c5, queen d3. But now we've got that extra bishop controlling. That has to be an improvement. But yeah, definitely they can't take the bishop, I think, because bishop c5, queen takes c5, rook takes f3. Yeah, and we're really threatening to play this rook takes h3 there. But then they've got knight g3. Still not entirely convinced. It's a cool idea. Can we combine it with something? Bishop c5. Bishop c5 is the typical move that I would see in a classical game, play it, and then just lose to like some simple reason. Bishop c5. I hate how this is just normal difficulty as well. It's not even like this is like the hard stuff. This is like what I should be able to solve for my 2500 ability. Yeah, so to get clear, my problem is bishop c5, queen c5, rook f3, knight g3. And we haven't actually won anything at this point. What's wrong with bishop takes h3 again? There are numerous problems, right? Pawn takes h3 even. It's really difficult. Bishop g4 maybe is like a good way to add pressure. Just feels a little bit slow. Man, I can't see it, guys. I can't see it. I think I'm going to have to just make a guess for one of these moves. I mean, bishop c5 has to be a useful move. But queen takes c5, rook takes f3, knight g3. So maybe it is this rook g2. Let's look one last time. Rook g2, rook g2. Now bishop c5 doesn't help, I don't think. So rook g2, rook g2, queen h3, king g1. Rook takes f3. I mean, that could be an idea. If bishop c5... Oh, no. I was thinking, like, if they move their queen somewhere on the rank, like queen d3, and then we engage in this whole rook takes g2, rook takes g2, queen h3, king g1. I thought maybe having the bishop on c5 gives an extra move there, but bishop c5, white can just take the bishop, I think. I don't think we've got enough. I assume people have got it in chat already. This is the kind of puzzle I would have been able to solve had I kept playing shogi, I think. I mean, this feels like a very sume type of position. Oh, man. I didn't see it. I literally have nothing. What would I play in a game? Wait a second. I completely overlooked a candidate move here. I only looked at queen h2 and queen h3 and bishop h3, but I completely missed rook f3. Because that literally threatens rook takes h3 and rook h1 mate. And if rook f3, what happens if they play knight g3? Well, we can start with queen h3 and then take the queen. How long did it take you guys to find this? Yeah, rook g2, rook g2, rook f3. You got it. Yeah, exactly. Consider every move order. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good advice. Bishop c5 seems interesting too, but yeah, not quite. Bishop g4 I don't think really does enough. Yeah, this knight g3 resource seems to do it exactly fast. So yeah, let's get him the right answer before we forget what we just came up with. Yeah, this rook f3. Also, well done, Adrian, for getting this as well. I think, yeah, both you and Faz got this one. Yeah, that was tough for me. I don't know why I wasn't able to see it. I mean, I was just so fixated on the point of rook g2 being to take on h3, but I just couldn't see this. Like, it was just like a absolute mind block. But okay, at least we got there in the end. I mean, better late than never, I guess. Okay, let's keep going. So for anyone joining the stream now, I basically said that I'm going to do as many puzzles as I have played games. I'm going to try and make this a habit to force myself to do more puzzles. So unfortunately, I played 128 games on Lichess today, and therefore I will be solving 128 puzzles, which I am not silently, very, very actively regretting. Okay, let's solve this. So 4 pawns, queen, rook, queen, rook. Queen is being attacked, their king is very exposed. They've got a pass pawn. Yeah, lots of tactics. Probably in such a position we need like a check to really do the job. Maybe a big threat or a capture could be enough. So okay, what candidate moves we have? We've got pawn takes f6, we've got queen takes g4, we've got pawn e6 maybe, got pawn c6. Anything else? Maybe queen h3 feels a bit tame. Maybe queen f3 could be some kind of threat. Okay, let's start with our checks. So pawn takes f6. In that position, if the king were to go to f8, there would be queen b8 followed by mate. So pawn takes f6, if it goes to d8, you would have queen b8, queen c8, rook e8 check, king takes e8, queen takes c8, and you even pick up the rook on g4 as a little bonus. So that's good. Pawn takes f6 check. If king takes f6, therefore is forced. We have a few different ideas. We've got queen e5 check as one candidate. We've got queen f3 check as another. Queen f2 check as another. Rook f1 check as another. So let's look at all of these. Queen e5 check is the most forcing because it forces queen g6. And then we've got a very interesting moment where we could play the move queen d6 check. Because that would force queen takes d6, pawn takes d6. Now, are we winning that endgame? No, they can go rook h4 check, king g3, rook h8. And we can go d7, but then they've got rook d8. And I don't think we queen in time there. So, yeah, we can't trade queens with a winning endgame. So, pawn takes f6, king takes f6, queen e5 check, king g6. What else can we try? Oh, hold on. We can do better though. We can do queen d6 check, queen takes d6, pawn takes d6, rook h4 check, king g3. Oh no. I thought we'd have time to play rook e8, but we don't. Check, takes, check, here, rook h8. It's a shame. Pawn f6. Okay, let's very quickly briefly scan our other candidates. c6 and e6 just feels so dodgy. I mean, c6 you just take on g3. Take the queen. Well, okay, maybe e6 makes a bit more sense. Because on e6, if rook takes g3, then pawn takes d7 comes with check. The problem there is that there is rook d6 to save the rook. Rook takes d6, pawn takes d6. What happens there? Hold on a sec. So e6, rook takes g3, pawn takes d7 check. Rook d6 is forced. Rook takes d6, pawn takes d6. If we go c6, they go e2. Sorry, I'm saying d6, I mean e3. You know what I mean. e3, rook takes e3, pawn takes e3. If we go c6, they go e2. We go c7, they queen. We queen with check, king e6, and queen e8. You guys following me? So in this line, they can't do this because rook d6, we take. And when they take back, we push, they push, we push. They queen, we queen. And then king e6, we check and we pick up the queen on e1. So e6, is there any other move that black can play? If they take with the pawn, we just take the rook. Yeah, they can't take with the queen. If they move the queen, where can they move the queen? Anywhere useful? Not that I can see. Looks pretty good to me. Okay, we get this very long line. We take. Nice, we got there. Sweet. Okay, loads of people got there. And you see how, like, what I was able to do in this... Oh, I went too far back. What I was able to do was I stopped my calculation at this moment. I mean, I calculated all the forcing moves. Yes, I can basically go further to try and really make sure I've looked at everything. But this is where the shallow calculation is very useful. You basically tell yourself that, okay, it looks promising. If there's really nothing, we'll come back to it. But I saved a lot of time by not keep on going here. And basically just make sure I've considered all my other candidates in case something else wins immediately. So, yeah, e6. The first comment I read after solving this is from Faz. This one looks simple. This one is not simple to me. My god. Okay, but loads of people got it. Arsan got it. Fibonacci got it. E6, rook g3, d7, rook e3, rook e3, d3. King g3, you think wins? I'm wrong? Because if c7, king d7, my line is flawed? No. Oh, are you serious? So I actually got this one wrong? If takes, rook d6, takes, c6. Oh my god, if e2, c7, you're right. The king can take. Oh my god, so actually, let me try and solve this then, because I didn't quite follow your whole line path. So if e6, rook here, takes with check, rook d6, rook takes, pawn takes. Yeah, that means then, I guess we need to go in the square. They take, we go king here. And we indeed have a winning pawn endgame because we've got these pawns. And they can never take this. How do I get how? What the hell? They can never take that without this pawn running. I wish I got this right, but unfortunately the puzzle stopped the move early. I mean, I feel like I've had a few now where I've deserved to get like one of these wrong. Wow, and f5 is actually still play. So what happens after f5? Probably f5. You're gonna be able to play c6 and then basically play for this b5 break, and white won't be able to stop you. I would assume c6 is winning. Yeah. Again, the word assume is a terrible sin in a pawn endgame. You should always calculate everything. But yeah. But if king takes c6, king is on check after c6? No, but we're saying here c6, e7, e2, and my idea was c7. The pawn is now on c7. I'm not sure I follow Arsene. I guess you've understood where your line was a mistake. But okay, got very lucky there. Let's do one more. Let's keep going. Okay, so we've got two rooks and a knight against two rooks and a bishop. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Black king looks really trapped. Definitely looks like the territory of embarrassing pawn checkmates or something. Okay, let's just... I mean, anything to note in particular? I mean, we've got this pass pawn on the d file. You know, these rooks are really menacing. The knight looks really strong. It's like on a sticky square. One mating net that I see is like this knight f3, rook h4. This could be useful, I guess. But I should look at all my checks to start with. So we've got rook g5, we've got rook h4. We've also got rook h3 check. We've got knight g6 and rook g6 as captures. We've got rook takes f5 as a capture. And probably we should just start there. I mean, we could look for threats as well. But, I mean, to be fair, if let's say king h3 is just an unstoppable threat of rook h4, and why not? Honestly, why not? And to be honest, king h3, like, how on earth does black stop that? I mean, the more I look at it, I feel like it just has to be the answer, right? So that's why we should always look at all of our threats, checks, and captures, not just checks and captures. King h3, I mean... Am I missing something here? Oh, come on. This isn't a move? What? How does black defend mate here? I mean, how do you stop rook h4? What wizardry is this? I don't understand. How is rook h4 not just forced mate in 2? I don't care if we can give checkmate, like, this is checkmate in 2. What am I missing, guys? Are the pawns going the different way or something? No. Oh, there's king h6. It's king h6. I didn't even see that as a candidate. I thought I looked at all of black's possible moves and I didn't see king h6. I mean, how are you supposed to improve on that? Like, Jesus Christ. Alright, let me try and actually solve it then. Yeah, I mean, I literally thought that king h3, there's not a single black move that works, but I just didn't see that king h6 was a move. That's a shame. That's a real shame. Well, there you go. Okay, let's look at all of our checks. Probably it's going to be a check. God. That's actually so funny because I played like a non-forcing move like king h3 in a classical game, and it was literally king h3 as well, and it messed up my position, and then I was lost. This was against a 2250 FM, and I had 3 different draws in the position, and I missed all of the draws, which were all more forcing, and I literally had one which was basically a perpetual, like after like a few precise moves, and then I've just got perpetual. And I just played king h3, and it just lost like to like a really simple combination. It was so annoying. Like I played such a good game up till that moment. Like I had like made move 40, and then I blundered on move 41. It was actually terrible. Right, okay, so rook g5 check, king g5 doesn't look right at all. Maybe there's but knight f3. But then his king takes f4. We're really giving up a lot here. Okay, let's try another check. If rook h3, king g5. Again, feels like the king is escaping here. Rook h4 check. The king looks more trapped. King takes h4. Knight f3 check, king h5, rook h3 check, king g4, and then rook h4 mate. I saw that I had this like mating net, and I couldn't put it together. I got too tempted by this ladder. But yeah, looks like that's the answer. Right? Yeah. Okay, rough. Okay, let's see who got this. Yeah, fast stole king h6, very nice. Adrian found the checkmate, very nice. Arsan with the great commentary with the oof. Yeah, and then... Yeah, you guys got it. Okay, nice. Good job, Peter, as well, and Fibonacci. Okay, let's do one more. Okay, it was about time we got one wrong, to be honest. My initial thoughts are, is this not really strong because we pick up a queen? But... does this actually lead anywhere? That's the next question. I mean, because it looks so tempting, right? Like, let's just very quickly calculate it. If it just wins on the spot, then it wins, right? If king f3, king f1, then we've got queen d3. And then we've got this mate. And if bishop check, then there are these 2 alternatives here. And yeah, I don't see something immediately. So to be honest, like I shouldn't just play this on impulse. So okay, what's going on? We got 3, 5, 4. Okay, bishop versus knight. Maybe there's some stuff we need to worry about if we're not careful. We also have this though. Yeah, actually that means like also it's not just about the fork, it's about the fact that there's a discovery, right? So if we just make some slow move, this is actually lethal. So we even need to make a forcing move, basically. So what checks do we have? We've got queen e1, we've got queen b1, we've got queen here, we've got queen here, we've got queen here, we've got bishop here. Any more checks? Nope. Do we have any captures? Yeah, we can take these pieces. Do we have any threats? Any threats? I mean, not really any threats that also avoid this, I don't think. And maybe a queen on the f file somewhere, but I don't really see why would be good. So let's go through one by one. Queen e1 forces king h2, so that's a nice start. But then what? Don't really see the follow-up there. I mean, I'd be thinking of like maybe trying to do something like this, but then I don't really like the fact that they can trade. We get this like equal pawned endgame. It's tough to evaluate. Probably there's something better. Okay, this check just hangs a queen. So does this. So does this. So bishop check. They can't take it. They can't come to f1. What if they go like here? Ah, but then I can improve my bishop. It still can't be taken. Now if king g1 or king h1, I've got queen e1 mate. If pawn to g2, g3, then I can go queen e2 check. If king h1, I've got queen f1, king h2, queen f2 check, king h1, queen takes g3. And maybe that's like mating? Oh, I don't know. Check here. Wait, that one's just mate. Wait, did we already look at this? Yeah, we were looking at g3, right. And how this continues. So queen e2 check. Let's say king h1. Ah, but then we can go queen check here. King h2. Oh, but then we can always go take and mate. And if they go to g1, we've got this bishop e3 motif again, which is also check and mate. So, okay. So bishop e3. Let's say king h1 then. What can we do there? I don't see it, to be honest. Maybe another idea could be this check and then play like bishop here or something. Is that also very strong? I mean, how does white defend this actually? If they push the pawn, yeah, we can give check and then mate, right? So maybe it's just this. Really don't see why that's not right. They probably have to give a check and I can always just win a piece now that my queen is safe. I think that might be the point. I think this is like a tempting move, but king h1 and there's nothing. The queen e1 was just this bishop h4, which unfortunately I didn't see first time round, but okay, at least we saw it eventually. Pretty sure that should be it. Just looking at all the queen moves, no useful queen moves. Okay, let's go for it. Okay, and then we just take. Nice, okay. Thank God for that. Okay, what did people say? Okay, Adrian immediately with the queen e1, bishop h4, nice. Bishop h4 threat, maybe? Okay, nice Asan if you found it after queen e1. Aha, bishop h4, knight f6, very good. That's why queen e1 first, nice. Ah, so Faz was asking what happens if queen f7 here. But here we've just got bishop g3, right? Oh, bishop g3, mate? I didn't see that, yeah. Yep. Okay, problem with bishop e3 is king h1. Michael's yet to find that, yes. Finally I got there. Nice. Also, welcome Dan to the stream. How's it going? Yeah, basically, I've come up with a healthy habit to try and mitigate my self-loathing for online chess addiction. And basically, today I played a whopping 127 bullet games. And my plan is, like, from now on, however many games I play in a day, I'm going to solve that many puzzles. So, yeah, if it takes me an extra few hours, then okay, this is like punishment for playing this many games, but at the same time it's like at least turning like these like unhealthy habits into something positive. So I mean, I'm gonna try and do this, and I mean, like, if I say it on the internet and make it public, then I guess I have to stick to it, right? Otherwise, you know, it's quite lame. But okay, the savage thing is that yeah, we're only 25 puzzles in. I thought we did more than that, but okay, let's. How many of these have we done? Have we really only done that few? Ah, wait, that was a different... Yeah, this one I wanted to save for something else. Let me... Oh god, there goes my chat. I want to save this puzzle. How can I do that? How do I save a puzzle? Okay, I might have to just manually do it. Yeah, this puzzle was a really nice one because I basically made a mistake, but I wanted to show one of my students this pawn endgame because I think it was like quite relevant to a conversation we were having. Okay, let me, you know what? Let me make this a new tab so I don't accidentally close it or something. Okay, great. Okay, let's do one super hard one. Then let's grind the easy ones. See if we can get to 50 so I can share my embarrassing story, and then we'll call it a day. Well, not call it a day for me because I still have to do the puzzles, but I have a chess lesson to teach, so it'll have to be the end of the stream. Okay, let's give this one our best shot because Fibonacci is still in the chat and he wanted to do a super hard puzzle, so let's give this one a go. Okay, so what's going on? Queen, 2 rooks. Queen, 2 rooks, 2 bishops for black. Got 4, 5 pawns against 4 pawns. Okay, so we're a pawn up, but 2 bishops down. Black's king is very weak. The bishop is being attacked. Our king isn't so weak right now. I mean, we got to be careful. I mean, there's like rook takes h2, which is potentially forcing. Needs to be checked. You know what, guys? Like, even 2 years ago, I would be playing classical tournaments, and I wouldn't be looking at every check in every position. I genuinely didn't. And I can't believe how far I got without doing that. So, I mean, hopefully when I come back to classical, I'm going to have a better time. But yeah, I really made a lot of blunders. And this is why, right? Like, I wouldn't even, like, notice this as a resource because I'm not looking at checks. So, yeah. But okay, let's keep going. So, yeah, this black king looks really, really disastrous. And I mean, the first thing that I see is like this idea to like lift the rook, because if we can give a check on the h-file, it's checkmate. So what candidate moves do we have? Let's look at all of our checks. We've got queen h7, queen g7, queen g5, queen h4. We've got rook takes g6 as well. We've also got captures. We've got queen e6, queen e8, pawn takes d4. We've also got threats like rook g3, rook g4. And for the record, guys, the reason why I don't look at my checks intuitively is because I never grew up knowing that checks and captures and threats were a thing. Like, if you can imagine, like, I didn't have any concept of this. I only knew that, there was this notion that forcing moves should be looked at. But I never heard of this, like, oh, you should actually look at all of your checks, look at all of your captures. Like, no one ever taught me this. So I went, like, I don't know, probably like 5 to 10 years just playing chess without this. And obviously, these habits are really difficult to break. So, I mean, for people who have started later, like, it sucks that, you've had less time. But also, at least you've been able to start without as many bad habits. Because I feel like nowadays, like, chess education is so much better. Like when I was learning chess as a beginner, the online resources were pretty much non-existent. I mean, there were like a few, like, there was like one website called like chessforkids.com or something. And this was like one of the most valuable resources. And that was about it. I mean, so, but yeah, I'm trying. So, okay, let's actually consider some moves. Okay, so let's look at all of our checks. Let's just get out of the way, like, the really ridiculous looking ones, like rook takes g6. Although rook g6, king g6, rook g1 check kind of actually makes sense. That might actually just be mating. But to be honest, like, rook g6, I mean, what if they just, like, play bishop takes g6? I mean, do we really have something there? Might have, like, perpetual or something. But I still struggle to believe that. Like, rook g6, bishop g6, queen h4, bishop h5, queen f6, just rook g6, and I get mated on h8. What the hell? No, I mean basically rook g6, bishop g6, queen h4, bishop h5, queen f6. You could also just go bishop g6 back. No, and in that case, then you should just go this king g7 immediately. But then you do have a perpetual. What am I talking about? I mean, this is the other thing as well. Like, I kind of want to dismiss this rook g6, but actually, wait, I'm just thinking if have I got the time of my lesson correct? Yeah, I should be fine. Yeah, but yeah, you should try and calculate without prejudice. Like, this is one of the things I picked up from Seven Deadly Sins, the Rowson book. If you start, like, having some feelings like, oh, this line doesn't work, then you start to calculate much more lazily, and you might actually miss, like, a good move. So, it's annoying, but rook g6, I need to refute it. Bishop takes g6, queen h4. Do we actually have a perpet here? Bishop h5, queen f6, bishop g6. Yeah, maybe we've just got perpetual. Incredibly. So rook g6 might be perpetual, but maybe we want more than this, so that's promising, I guess. Queen h4 check, king g7, queen f6 is a much more obvious perpetual, so we definitely have perpetual. So I wouldn't want to be risking any rook g6 in that case. Does rook g7, queen g7? Not really, doesn't make any sense. Neither does queen h7. What about queen g5 check? Then either king g7 or king h7. Probably king g7 is most flexible. You can go queen f6 check. Now maybe the queen has, like, improved itself. The king has to come to h7 or h6. And maybe then you can do a rook lift. Like, what is the difference there? Like getting the king like this and then trying to do the rook lift. Like, that could be, like, a subtle difference, right? So let's actually try and understand this rook lift now. I really want to understand this move and see why doesn't this just win on the spot. So what are the different ways black can avoid checkmate? So king moves don't work. King h5, just queen g5 mate. Pawn moves, you've got rook h3 check. If king g6, queen h7 mate. if rook g3 and pawn moves, and we go rook h3 check, bishop h5. We go rook takes h5, king h5, queen h7, king g4, and probably the king escapes. There's rook g1 check, king f3 forced, and I feel like the king is escaping there. So let's actually think, does this queen g5 actually really help us here? And put the queen on f6. And then we do the same thing. Well, here this might actually make a huge difference, because now there's no bishop h5 block. So what about if they go king h6? Because then on rook g3 they still have the same pawn block? No, they don't, because it's pinned. So maybe that's just it. Queen g5? If king h7, is there like a particular drawback to this move? Maybe that's the point. Maybe king h7 is just good. King h7. Can we somehow bully the king to g7? Queen f6 again. And then we get it again, right? Then we get it again. So I think it is this queen g5. I mean, let's double check. The reason why I'm kind of a bit pressured because I want to tell this embarrassing story and I don't have much time. And I don't think I'm going to get to 50 otherwise. But I think this looks really good. You know what, guys? Let's just trust our gut. Oh, shit. I should never trust my gut. Damn it. Damn it. I thought that was so smart. You know what I mean? Maybe I didn't look for enough resources for black in order to save this. Like, how else do they save this position? I thought it was really smart to put the queen on f6 and force this king into a weakened h7 square. I mean, this is honestly why like playing chess is a lot easier than tactics, because you could play queen g5 here and probably you'd end up winning, I think. Okay, let's see what people in chat said. You study Chessable? Well, back in the day, there wasn't Chessable. Actually, I was one of the first beta testers of Chessable, which I did for free as a kid, for John Bartholomew, because I was like, I don't know, one of the first few thousand subscribers of John Bartholomew's YouTube channel, and he posted about how he's made this website called Chessable, and he was just like, oh, I'm looking for some people to help beta test, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll help out. So that was cool. That was cool. I literally was on Chessable when it started, but to be honest, even back then I didn't really like it. And okay, it's got a lot better now, but I also don't think it's like the solution for everything. I think there are a lot of better resources like for certain types of chess learning. ChessCube, I did not use ChessCube, sadly, so I must have somehow missed out on that. That's a shame. Arsene says, I remember ChessCube. That's really cool. I never played on it. No, I don't know what it is even. I also never played on ICC because I think, I don't know, maybe you had to download some software, and at the time I didn't think I knew how to do that, so I only played on chess.com and Lichess, but both sites were very primitive at the time. Just rook g3 wins. Queen h4, queen f6 inclusion is wrong because rook g7 exists. Oh yeah, that would be the same inclusion, right? And it's rook g7. Oh my god. How did Faz see that like instantly as well? I literally didn't even see rook g7 as a defensive motif. Now king g8 and black is chilling. Jesus. Peter says queen h4 check, king g7, queen f6, king h7, rook g3. And then Peter missed this rook g7 as well. Said rook h2, king h2, queen b2, rook g2, queen a1, king g3 with a winning position apparently. But I think I like Faz's line of saying that in this position you've got rook g7 here. I don't know how we crack that. Rook g4 I think is the move. Because rook takes h2, you want to hide on h3. Aha. Yeah, this gives a bit more flexibility to run. I mean, why did I not consider this move, actually? Because here, if g5, do you have, like, an obvious win? You can go queen check. If here, then we mate. God. If here and they block, then we can go probably queen takes. Yeah, king h7, just rook h4, bishop h5, rook takes h5 mate. And if king g7, then we can go queen f6 check. Yeah, the problem is, I think I get too excited when I see a nice idea. And this has actually been a problem that plagued my chess. I remember I had some horrible losses in classical where I would get too excited about an idea, play it, and then it's flawed. And I need to like avoid getting too excited. And actually, of all the like negative press around me and Ramesh, actually from his calculation book, that was one really, really nice page of advice, which was kind of talking about this concept of like getting excited when you see like a tactical motif, and you basically need to just keep your cool and don't let those emotions cloud your judgment, basically. Which is kind of similar to something Ralston was saying in his book as well. So I think basically I was a bit too quick to assume that I was a genius and that this queen g5 inclusion was useful, when in fact actually, no, there are actually resources to defend, which I wasn't able to find. Yeah. And yeah, just to show this rook takes h2 line, I guess this queen b2, and you want to go on king h3. And this is the cleanest way to avoid anything. Yeah, let's see if it's right. g5, and then I think we had the... I thought I had the line. I think I said like queen f6, right? Although, I don't think I looked at king h7. I just looked at the two pieces that blocked. Maybe it's rook g1 with the threat of rook h4. It's a little bit slow, but I really don't see something else. Maybe we can just go rook h4 immediately, though. Like, that's a little bit more ambitious. And then on king g7, maybe now we can go rook g1. Yeah, there's no king f7 escape. I feel like that has to be bad. Do we do another rook lift? How insane would that be? God, I don't know. I don't want to think anymore. Yeah, the fatigue is setting in. Okay, let's actually try. Rook h4, pawn h4. Wait, what was my move? What was I even calculating? Oh yeah, I was calculating rook h4, pawn h4, queen h4. King g6 is no good because of just check. Surely. But then there's king here. God. I mean, this is why I hate these positions, like over the board, right? Because it's so risky. I mean, you can get this winning position and then you can just cock it up. I mean, I don't want a position where I can cock up. Like, at least like reduce the chances of cocking up. I mean, this is like so unfair. Like, you've already found like the correct line and it can still go wrong. Like, it's too difficult. Like, I feel like it's practical to choose positions that have a smaller margin of error. I mean, this like margin of error is so huge to get this perfect. But okay, actually, what is wrong with this rook g1, rook h4 plan? Maybe the same as rook g7 idea is, again, pretty strong. But then rook h4. But then king g8. Rook takes g5, I don't know. Looks good. Yeah, this is too difficult, guys. This is too difficult for me. Let me cheat and read what chat is saying. Yeah. So rook g4, g5. Oh, so queen f6 was correct. Wow, the first online chess tournament was hosted by Brunei. Incredible. I found your channel for that video on that book, actually. Oh, that's so funny. Were you on Team Ramesh or were you on Team Michael, actually? Not that I'll hold it against you if you're on Team Ramesh, I mean. Actually, you know what? Like, it was, I can't be bothered to get into this Ramesh drama again. It was so stupid. I literally wasn't even having a go at him. Like, I really didn't mean to. Like, with my initial post, at least. After his response, well, then I was like, okay, fine, we'll go down this route. Maybe just f takes g5. Oh, that's another nice, calm move that should be crossing my mind, which didn't. That looks very nice as well, actually. Go on, in Peter we trust. In Peter we trust, yeah. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, don't play the immediate recapture like a bullet, idiot. Oh, God. Yeah, Fibonacci, like, screw you, man, for making me solve this puzzle. This is absolute torture. God. All for a... Oh, Jesus Christ. That was the only line? Yeah. God. Let's see if this was found. I'm almost certain this was not found. Yeah, blunder. Of course. Wow, and even black won. You see? Like, these positions, like, just why are you doing this to yourself as the white player? Just, hey, I think I played this guy today. Did I play this guy in Bullet? No, okay. I thought we played. Must have been a guy with a similar name. But okay, I think on that note, I think I need to be heading off soon. I will share this embarrassing story, and this is a lesson. Never engage in any social activity just after playing 127 games of Bullet. You didn't say f takes g5? Who did I give credit to then? Someone said f takes g5. Oh, Asan. Sorry. In Peter we trust, but it was actually Asan all along. That's insane. That's insane. Well, yeah, that just sums it up really. But yeah, that was really tough. Yeah, I agree, Faz. But yeah, the embarrassing story. So basically, there's like a few restaurants that I go to around my area because like I don't want to like have to travel somewhere. I just prefer to walk. And whenever I've had like a really degenerate day, I basically just tend to go to the burger place. Because the burgers here are definitely not like burgers in the UK. I mean, burgers in the UK genuinely give me stomach aches. Like, I can't eat beef burgers in the UK because I swear they're not even cooked properly. Like it's so bad. But the burger place near me, that shit slaps. Like, it's really good, right? Like, I'm not normally like a fries and burger person, but it's so tasty. Like, every bite is just like, oh my God. So, you know, it's a good place to go to. So, I would go there sometimes. And one time recently I went, and there was some really nice Korean R&B playing, like a lot of old tracks that I used to be really into Korean R&B, like back in uni. Like I don't know if any of you listen to it, but there's like artists like Dean or Hayes or Hyuko, lots of these old bangers. And I realized that there was like a girl working there, right? And I was like, oh, is this your playlist? And she was like, yeah. Like, and we talked about like Korean music for a bit, and that was cool. And then the next time I came, like, you know, she put on like it was like some, I don't know, random pop music, and she put on the Korean, so she remembered our conversation, which was nice. And after this time, she even gave me a song recommendation. So I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. So I listened to the song. I was like, okay, it's a cool song. And I show up today, right? And I'm not thinking about any of this stuff. And yeah, the same girl is there. She puts on the Korean music, and I was like, oh, I listened to your song, Sam. And my mind just went blank. I couldn't remember for the life of me who the freaking artist was of the song. And I was just there, just like blanking. And I was like, yeah, I listened to it, but I literally can't remember who it was. And it's just so stupid, right? It's like just don't interact with anyone after playing 127 games of Bullet, because I could barely string a sentence together, let alone remember some random artist that I listened to once. So yeah, that was the embarrassing story, which really made me want to die, because I mean that burger place is like somewhere that I'm gonna have to go to again, and yeah, that moment can never be taken away. It's probably not a big deal. It's probably nothing, but still, yeah, these little moments, always make me cringe a bit. But okay, I'm gonna go back to doing. Oh god. Really, I only did 26 puzzles? I'll have to do 100 more, but I mean, I'll just do easier ones. You know what? I've got a little bit more time. Let's just grind some easier ones now, for the love of God. I mean, I'm gonna be here all day otherwise. So let's try and use some momentum now that I've solved some harder ones. Maybe I can be faster with these. Okay, this one looks pretty obvious. Okay, let's go. But yeah, I don't know. Do you guys cringe at moments like this, or do you not even like care about stuff like this happening? The thing is, as well, is like it's actually so sad, because you might think like I'm a quite sociable guy right now, but compared to my university days, I was on such another level. Like my I mean, to be fair, I literally went to university to learn how to network and socialize. I it was like learn how to have the best uni experience ever as number one priority, and then my course was like number two priority. So my social game was good, and nowadays I'm just so rusty. It's so unbelievable. Like, yeah, too much chess. I think, honestly, like, genuinely have no more people skills. It's actually bad, but what to do? What to do? And we can't solve easiest puzzles anymore. God, what can it be? Maybe this, actually? This looks really strong. I don't know why it took so long to find this move. That's the other problem as well. Like, once I see the right move, I can generally be quite quick about it. Oh, that's annoying. But I can just take, I think. Yeah. But the thing is, it's like sometimes just spotting the move to begin with is really difficult for me. A romance is forming through Korean music. Nah. The like this is the same as like me like trying to reach 2600 bullet. It's like it looks like it's on the cards, and then it just doesn't happen. Like, no, forget it. No bullet games before burger. Yeah, this is a good rule of thumb as well. Kind of the same for you until COVID happened. When you say the same, do you mean like the social people skills versus after COVID? Like, what was the was that the same thing? Cat plays very well. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Cat, do I know you? Oh, it's cats play chess very well, not just cat. I thought it was like cat short for like Caitlin or something. Okay. I do need to keep an eye on the time though. Like, I don't want... Swear to God. I mean, this looks kind of cool. With this capture and then pawn push. But the thing is, I already get the feeling that maybe black can throw in this. But then we take back with the bishop and it should be fine, right? If we take with the rook first, the problem is they take our queen, so we do have to do this move order. I need to take it first. I literally said that in my analysis as well. Oh, and it's rated minus 58. Are you kidding me? I want to die. I want to die. Shit. I literally even said this as well. I'm pretty sure I said this. At least I was thinking it. Yeah. I was doing too much social stuff and COVID happened. I was bedridden for months, trying to breathe and survive. Yeah, honestly, I had a really bad COVID experience as well. Actually, I ended up having to call the ambulance, and it was the most ridiculous thing ever, which is why I hate the UK for a number of reasons. But I literally couldn't breathe, and the paramedics literally assessed me that I need to go to hospital. And when I got in the freaking ambulance, they just turned to me and said, "We're very sorry, but the hospital won't accept you because you're young and healthy enough to get through this." And I just looked at them, well, like, I mean, I've literally been, like, struggling to breathe, and, like, I've had, like, you know, serious, like, segments of time where I'm not able to breathe. Like, are you fucking kidding me? So yeah, they just said, like, we'll stay with you, we'll try and, like, yeah, we'll stay with you until, like, you know, things get better, but, like, yeah, we can't give you any further assistance in a hospital. And I was like, well, that just sums up the UK. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't have a great time either, to be honest. I've had so many bad experiences with, like, public services. I also need to share the story of how I got arrested once. And it was so ridiculous. Have I told you guys the story of how I got arrested? Maybe I should save this for another time. But it is a really good story. I literally got put in handcuffs, and I got given that whole fucking speech of, like, you have the right to remain silent, like, fucking whatever. It's actually so stupid. This looks really good. Takes check and then bishop check. That has to be winning, for God's sake. Just play it. Yeah. Okay, nice. Okay, so can you imagine, of all the places I've been to in the world, the place I get arrested is in Loughborough, the small little town in the north of England where nothing ever happens, and I get fucking arrested. So let me briefly tell you what happened. So, okay, actually, this is a really good story. Let me focus on this. So, it was a Monday. It was a Monday, right? I remember this vividly because the day before, I just had the dirtiest bullet sesh playing until 4 a.m. or something. And I woke up the next day and I was like, right, Michael, you're going to get your shit together because your life is not together, right? So I clean the whole flat. I do all the dishes. You know, I cook myself a fucking gourmet lunch. I, like, you know, pan fry some salmon. Like, I never cook, but I cooked a real nice lunch for myself because I was like, you know what? I fucking deserve it, right? Like, I've had, like, a really good day of, like, getting my shit together, and I'm gonna cook myself some salmon. So I cook myself some salmon. I sit down at my table, ready to eat. I literally get ready to cut open the freaking food, and I have, like, my laptop on my kitchen table. Literally just click play on watching, like, an anime, Samurai Champloo. And as I click play, and I'm just about to take my first bite, I hear the fucking door get broken down, and I hear a bunch of people running into the flat, and I'm thinking, like, holy shit, am I getting robbed? Like, what is happening? And it's just a bunch of police officers, and they just rush over to me, and they just, like, basically grab my hands and just put them behind my back and just put some handcuffs on me. And I just look at them and I'm like, I think you've got the wrong guy. And then they just carried on with their fucking, like, you got the right to remain silent, whatever. And I just, like, midway through their speech, I was just like, can you at least tell me what I'm being arrested for? And I was literally thinking of all the illegal shit I've done. And I was thinking, like, who the fuck have I pissed off so much to the point that they've grasped me up and I literally have, like, the police arresting me over some shit? So I was, like, going through all my enemies, all of the illegal shit I've done. And I was like, there ain't no way. Like, this can't be happening. And they produce a warrant, like this piece of paper that shows what I've done wrong. And it said in like bold writing underneath like this police report, right? It says, arrested for suspicion of possession of Class A drugs, heroin, and cocaine. And I looked at that, and I was just like, I just looked at it. I looked straight at the officer. I was like, guys, I have never done heroin or cocaine. I was just like, I was like, it might be the landlord, it might be the past tenant, but it certainly ain't me. And yeah, I basically just went along with like all of their questions and stuff, and like, you know, at some point they got the feeling that like, you know, I wasn't the typical crack addict, like, because the thing is, right, my flat was looking peng, right? I just cleaned the whole fucking flat. I literally cooked myself like this super nice meal. And to be fair, the police officers were like, in fairness, mate, your lunch looks incredible. Like, you like, I feel bad that it's getting cold. And I was like, thank you. Like, I wanna eat this food that I've just eaten. I mean, I've just cooked. So yeah, I just like, yeah, they take the handcuffs off. I start eating. But it was like, at some point, like near the beginning, I wanted to like film some of it, right? Because I was like, you know, like what the fuck is going on? And basically they wouldn't let me film any of it because it's like, I don't know, like everything is being recorded anyway, and I can ask for the video afterwards if I want. But yeah, turns out it was actually the past tenant. And I'd only just moved in for like 2 months or something at that point. And they were actually after the past tenant. So yeah, great fucking job, UK. Like 2 months late on a heroin addict that's already like run off. I mean, like good job. But yeah, I mean, it did put some things into perspective for me. I mean, it made me realize that, yeah, probably dealing drugs isn't going to be a good idea as a potential career path, no matter how lucrative the business is. Because yeah, it does catch up with you. But at the same time, it did cross my mind that if I did ever want to deal drugs, I have the perfect disguise. Because I can hide them in chess pieces, right? Because like, they didn't suspect anything because I just said I'm a chess player, and they were like, "What chess player is gonna deal drugs, right?" So you know, I've had the experience now. I've got the perfect alibi. I could be like you know, I could be reeling in the money. So basically, I've got a plan B career if needed. But yeah, that's how I got arrested. So and okay, there's no time for this other story because I've got to go, but. I had a whole run-in last year in Loughborough as well with the fire department. Can you imagine? So I've had this shithousery from the NHS, the shithousery from the police, and shithousery from the fire department. Like actual third world country like this UK. Like I swear to God, So yeah, that's basically how I got arrested. And it was quite funny actually because I went back for Christmas. And I was at like a friend's house. It was like a family friend, so my family were there as well. And I hadn't told my parents, right? And I think like there was some story that got brought up about like someone getting arrested or something. And I just brought up out of the blue. I hadn't told anyone this. I just said, oh, by the way, I got arrested like last month or something like this. And my parents were like, what? Like, oh, it was good. It was good. Good memes. But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, in terms of getting compensation, no, everything they did was legal. And to be fair as well, I mean, they had to be fairly rough about it because, I mean, they had high suspicion. Like, can you imagine? Their description of who they were trying to swat was a 23-year-old Asian living in this apartment. Like, can you... fucking serious? Like, I mean, okay, at least, like, that's some credit to me that I look young. That because I was 25 at the time, but still, I mean, like, what a fucking chances, man. Like, are you serious? But anyway, like, turns out it's the guy before me, and yeah, probably don't deal Class A drugs because it's gonna catch up with you. And on that note, yeah, I'm gonna call it a day there. So I'm gonna teach this lesson. It was fun to share this story, and I will solve another 100 puzzles after the lesson is done. So, yeah, hope you had fun listening to that, and see you guys around. Okay, bye.